afternoon and welcome to the penultimate episode of the first series of Salford Weekly. I'm Courtney Holder.
And I'm Scarlett Melinda.
And unfortunately, as you can see, we don't have a Matt. We do have lovely Scarlett, but we don't have a Matt because he has COVID this week. Apparently we do have a little live link with Matt, which is nice.
And with his lovely green wig.
Oh, hi guys, how are you? How are you today?
Hi Matt, how are you?
I'm actually all right. Just I avoided it for 2 years, but then on Tuesday morning, the dreaded double line came through.
I know, you ended up getting stuck at home and we were all running off to Newcastle without you.
The FOMO, I now know what the definition of FOMO is, the fear of missing out. It's when you see someone going off, enjoying something you should have been at, and then being stuck in a room looking out at a building outside.
Well, you've got to see outside.
Not fun at all.
Well, you were really missed, Matt, and we're really sorry that you weren't there, but hopefully you can be healthy enough to make sure that you come to our finale next week. So obviously, it's a very big one.
I'll be making sure that I'm pumping myself full of vitamin C just to, push that immune system to, keep fighting.
Well, I've heard honey, lemon and garlic are the way to go, so hopefully we'll send some of that your way and make sure that you're here and healthy for next week.
Get Chef Luca on that one. I'm sure he wants to start the cookery show early, so he can maybe start with a few home remedies.
All over that for you.
Coming up on the show today, we've got the CEO of Media Cubs and real-life boss of producer Joe Lander in to talk to us, as well as our normal features, Scarlett versus Courtney, and, of course, Luca's fabulous quiz.
We start today's show with the sports, though, of course, as just across the quays at Old Trafford, Manchester United have appointed new manager Erik ten Hag. The Dutchman will take over in the summer, and Adam Clark, our sports correspondent, has more for you.
Yeah, that's right. Manchester United have appointed Ajax coach Erik ten Hag as their new manager. The 52-year-old Dutchman will take over from interim boss Ralf Rangnick at the end of the season on a 3-year deal, which can be extended for a further 4th year. Ten Hag will become Manchester United's 5th permanent manager since 2013 when Alex Ferguson retired. Manchester United fans looking for more flowing football from the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool. That's what they'll be looking to see at Old Trafford next season, as it's not been the best of periods since Alex Ferguson's departure 9 years ago. A lot of chopping and changing with managers, but European football expert Guillaume Balaguer has said it will take more than 3 years for the new manager Ten Hag to make an impact to the level that Manchester United fans are looking for. So it looks like they're going to have to be patient, the Manchester United fans, and it's sort of not going to happen overnight. Obviously, he's replacing Ralf Rangnick, as we mentioned, who replaced the sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back in November, and Rangnick will be moving into a consultancy role from next season. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on in his new role for next season. I'm sure in Series 2 of Salford Weekly, we'll be keeping an eye on that.
Thank you very much, Adam, for that lovely sports coverage.
Now, you may have noticed, or may not have noticed, that I've joined Scarlett on this side of the sofa. We're very close, so hopefully I'm not taking up too much space. Yeah, we're all like squished together.
That is because joining us in the studio is our very first live guest since the very first episode. So we've got to love that level of consistency.
I know. Well, we thought we'd go, for a good one at the beginning and then save the best to last, obviously.
Yeah. End of the high.
So please welcome to the studio Kirsty Day, CEO of Media Cubs, and her son Jack.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hi. How are you?
How are you feeling?
We're good, thanks for having us. It feels even more special now that we know that we're the promoter guests.
Yeah, no, you get to give the very last, very best, obviously. We couldn't have anyone else.
The most amazing interview.
We had to get you in because you're Joe's boss. And because we wanted to see if he's done anything wrong at work, so
get
we
the
could
dirt
embarrass
on
him
him.
On TV,
yeah. I can't do that for you, I'm afraid. He was the ultimate professional. He was absolutely brilliant to work alongside, although role reversal for us today because I was his big boss now. He's my big boss in the studio, yeah.
How are you feeling about having Joe be in charge?
That's okay, yeah, it's good.
So talk to us a little bit about Media Cubs. Why did you first decide to set it up?
So Media Clubs, for people who don't know, is a pop-up TV studio and newsroom, predominantly for 7 to 11-year-olds, but we also work with teenagers. And the idea behind it is that young people can learn how to create, debate and navigate the news with confidence. More important than ever at the moment, with lots of things that are going on in the news that might not be great for their well-being, so to make them understand how to navigate that, particularly through the pandemic. We feel like children weren't given a voice and a say during the pandemic, and we wanted to make sure that we could help them. People like Jack broadcast their confidence and understand that they should have a say and their views and opinions matter too. So we upskill them in lots of different ways, and just like you have here with your TV studio, although ours is a lot more compact, and we just pop up into any space, whether that's a classroom, whether it's a sports hall, whether it's for somebody in a community centre. And we take the equipment along, they get the opportunity to have a go in front of the camera, behind the scenes as camera operators, and our motto really is that there's a place for everybody in the newsroom. Just like your team here, there's people who like being in front of the camera and those that don't, and we get the opportunity for each of them to shine in those roles.
Wow, that is incredible. And how do you feel about it, Jack? I mean, I'm assuming you've been through all the media clubs. Are you ready to jump in our gallery and help us?
Yeah, it's been really good, and it's really probably boosted my confidence a lot if I didn't go there. And yeah, she made a proud mum.
Oh, thanks.
Aww.
So,
do you have a favourite moment?
Probably when I got to interview Andy Burnham, and I got to ask him different questions about young people and what their view is on the news at that time.
Yeah, because obviously you come from a journalistic background, and you wanted kids to have a bit more of like a creative flair.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is it just because you were like, well, I got to do that, why don't my kids get to do that? Or was it so you saw something else? Was it like there's a gap in the market for it, or you were just like, oh, I want my kids to be able to do it?
I think a bit of everything of that, but predominantly it was inspired by Jack and his older brother Archie, because they're very creative, particularly Jack, and after school provisions I just felt like it was always very navigated towards sport, and there was a lot of pressure on them at the time where it was all around the new process with SATs, where basically all the fun was being sapped out of writing and any creative challenge that you could do. So I brought my two passions together really, being obviously a journalist myself, and I love working with young people, so I brought them together. So my background is that I worked at the Manchester Evening News for 12 years, I've also worked in broadcast, and I wanted to give them the opportunity to be able to do that, particularly children who might not necessarily have always been given those opportunities. So I'm from a working class background. You don't find a lot of working class people in newsrooms still, and that's still an issue today, and I think that's something with the kinds of children that we work with, is that we want to build their confidence to understand that actually, yeah, there is a place for you in newsrooms.
We want to push that through in the media.
Exactly. Why do you think it's so important for children to have creative outlets like media clubs?
I think it's really important to have a creative outlet because there's a place obviously for sport and we all need physical activity, but I think there's always an emphasis put on people's abilities by getting gold, silver medals in sporting activities, but not necessarily in stuff that is creative. And I think it's just as valuable as we grow into adults to understand that that creativity is something that you should really keep hold of, and opens up so many opportunities for you in a career path. Jack's now still interested in wanting to, well, kind of like media clubs, but you want to be behind the scenes, don't you? Doing photography, and particularly wildlife photography, big inspiration from, not from me actually, from David Attenborough. But yeah, so it's just about showing that creativity is a really important thing that you should grow into and keep up with as an adult too.
No, that's amazing, and I think obviously we do need to bear that in mind. I mean, without something like that in our lives, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be in this studio interviewing you guys with, you know, the lights, the cameras, and wanting to...
You are the next generation.
Yeah, and Jack is also the next generation. And if you meet David Attenborough, please give him my number. That would be great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for coming in, guys. It's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. So last week I was representing Courtney and managed to gain her a point with last week's episode of Matt versus Courtney. This week, however, I am switching sides.
I know. I'm glad. Thank you for the point because
know.
I don't want to lose. And with the forfeit happening next week and all our presenters switching around, because obviously we've had Holly in as well.
Isn't it?
I don't know if I'm winning, and I'm very scared. So I'm going to try and make sure I also get the point this week.
So me and Courtney went head to head to see who could read the alphabet backwards the fastest. And here's the video to find out who won.
Ooh.
And I hope it was me. In today's Courtney versus Scarlett, we will be seeing who can read the alphabet backwards in the quickest amount of time. I'm not feeling too confident about this, but I'm going to try my best. Alrighty, so ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA.
Right, so it's my turn to try and do the alphabet backwards. I'm going to see if I can beat Scarlett. I don't think we have a stopwatch on these, so I don't know how we're going to know. I guess we're going to have to figure that out later. Okay, right, here's my turn. Right. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA. I don't actually know who won. I won! I'm so sorry. We were moving around.
I would like to point out that the alphabet that I was reading off, Courtney accidentally got up the Spanish alphabet, so there's two N's. So my extra second was me processing that there was two N's.
It's like when you put in a sentence, it's the, and you know your brain just automatically gets rid of it. It should have done that. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't notice until you told me afterwards. There was no sabotage.
That was sabotage.
I didn't mean it. I don't not want to do the forfeit that much that I would cheat. I'm a good winner. But anyway, but it's good to know that I'm still winning. So hopefully Matt will be doing the forfeit next week. But now we're going to move on to our penultimate quiz of the series with our favourite quizmaster, Mr. Ricker.
Hello guys, this is the one that matters in it. I mean, come out versus Courtney, it's important, and I'm sure you don't want to have the forfeit for next week, which is going to be
Yeah, it doesn't sound
pretty
great.
awful. I'm going to be in charge of that. It's going to be very fun.
Yeah, I've heard what it's meant to be, and I don't want to do it. So
Let's just say, well, let's hope your stomachs are ready for the challenge.
Yeah.
But quiz time, right? And it's now Courtney versus Scarlett, so it's going to be quite exciting, this one.
Yeah.
My first question actually involves Matt, though.
Oh, okay.
So, question one for you guys. When did Courtney and Matt last host a show together? Closest wins. So what date did Matt and Courtney last appear on this sofa?
You want a date?
Yeah, closest wins.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. I think it was...
Here he is. Hey, Matt.
There's our
Matt.
favourite.
Are you...
Matt, are you quizzing with us?
I'm just
Yes,
trying to
he
do the
is.
quick
He is
maths
quizzing
there.
with us.
So
Unfortunately, though,
what I'm trying to
I
think.
can't hear anything he's saying.
I can't
So I'm
either.
not really sure how I'm
Words,
supposed to know
words,
how
words,
he's
words,
saying.
words, words, words.
If he can hear us though, can he not hold some like an answer?
Yeah,
Well, Matt, when you're ready, I want you to hold these up as well. Yeah.
What was,
There.
so when did
Perfect.
when did you and Matt
Last
last?
present a show.
I've got the
together.
date here.
God.
You've got the.
Do you want date? I don't know why I'm
speaking.
speaking. No one can hear me. Do you want dates?
All right, I've got my
Right.
guess.
Charlotte's not written
second.
anything down.
You
Come
just called
on.
me
Charlotte.
Charlotte, then.
Charlotte.
That's a
Outrageous.
cardinal sin.
Right,
Right,
are you ready?
Right, what have you written, guys? Matt's.
I've got.
Oh, okay. 24th of March.
24th
from Matt.
of March.
1st of
Gone
April.
8th of April. I think that's a bit late.
Matt is the closest. It's 18th of March. That long ago.
The 18th.
1-0 to that man there. The
They
18th of March.
Did we not do a show together just before Easter?
18th of March was the last show
Oh,
together.
okay.
That was just before
I
Easter,
thought
I
I'd
think.
seen him before that, but after that even. But okay.
0.
Whatever.
Zero.
Apparently you should
1
be able
point
to
for
hear me
Matt.
now.
Right, question
On the
2.
other
He
side.
doesn't look pleased about it.
Got a sports question for you guys. So VAR, it's 3 letters all sports fans around the world have heard probably enough of by this point. But it's going to be introduced into the Scottish Premiership. So what does it actually stand for?
I thought it was a
VAR.
video
Oh,
game
no, I don't know this.
thing.
Matt, jumping for the pen.
I don't. Are we not? What happened to multiple choice, Luca? I thought this was a nice quiz.
So there's one multiple choice in this whole
Wait,
quiz
so
today.
so is it to do with sport? Did you say?
Yeah, VAR. So all 42 Scottish Premier League clubs have voted in favour of this being introduced. What does it stand for? I'd also love to see who could come up with the funniest acronym, to be honest.
Mine is not right at all, and it's to do with...
Matt's already gone for it. Don't you be looking. Don't you be peeking.
Oh,
He's been taken off the screen.
Mine is not right at all.
Right, what have you gone with, Scarlett?
I've gone with virtual augmented reality.
Wow, sure.
I
Okay,
went viewer action report.
sure. And Matt, what have you gone for? Visually assisted ref. I'm giving it to Matt. It's video assistant referee. That's pretty close.
I couldn't think of any words.
2-0,
so I just
Matt.
made up what seemed
I
to
just,
most,
yeah,
make
I
most
don't
sense.
think so.
Matt, you're storming through. How do you feel at this stage of the game?
It's absolutely fantastic, you know. I swear, again, like when I was at home that time
Hopefully
doing
good.
them on the VT when you were giving out to me for being too long. I don't have Google up in front of me. I'm not that quick at typing. But what can I say? Being at home, I have the home advantage, keeping it the sport team.
I love the wink at the end. I was doing my classic media nod. You know when you can't hear someone, but I can see you, and I know exactly what you said.
You can see the passion.
It's exactly.
Do you not hear him?
I can't.
And confidence, because it's
can
2-0
hear.
up.
I just heard him.
Scarlett has all the
Just a
privilege.
nod. Right, we're going to go on to question 3. So, April's full moon appeared this week. But what colour was before its name? So you know how the moons often have colours
Please
in
can you
front of
repeat
them?
that question? I just completely...
So, April's full moon appeared this week. So we had a full
April's
moon,
full moon.
but it
can't
had a
hear
colour
you.
in front of this one. So was it the pink moon?
Oh.
Was it the blue moon? Was it the yellow moon? Or was it the purple moon?
I thought this was going to be like a you have to guess, and I was really
What was
hoping
the
it was going to be
question?
something weird like chartreuse or something like that.
Magenta moon.
Magenta.
That'd be quite nice, actually.
Magenta.
That would be very nice, yeah.
Right, what have we gone for? Pink, pink, pink.
Pink.
You're all right. Let me give you a bit of
Yay!
little fact about this. So it's named after the pink flowers in the United States and Canada. They're called wild ground phlox, and they actually spring in the spring.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of like that's why it's linked to these pink flowers. And apparently they used to name the early moon's colours to keep track of time. So they used to say like you got a pink moon. You know, clearly it's April. Who knows?
I only thought of the pink moon because the sky's been quite, you know, like
been
by the
nice.
sunset it's been quite red recently. So I was like, what's close?
It's linked.
Pink makes
So-
boys wink.
It's not a conspiracy.
Exactly. So what? 3 points,
Why would it
1
be
point,
conspiracy?
1 point. It's going pretty well. You guys need all the questions remaining to
Great.
tie
Beat Matt.
with our Matt virtually.
Thanks, Matt.
He's got COVID and he's beating you. How does that feel? Honestly?
He's medically
He looks
compromised.
fine.
Right. Did you like the closest wins for the first question?
Yes.
I've got 2 more. So, Toby Keith. He's officially the world's oldest living dog this week. How old has he just turned?
Ooh. So, you know what? I'm not
Can
going to
I
explain.
ask what breed of dog he is?
Chihuahua.
Of
Smaller
course
dogs
it's a
tend to live
chihuahua.
longer.
Toby Keith. And apparently that's his full name. It's not even got space in it.
Well, to be biased against dog.
Wait, his full name's Toby Keith. Just
Yeah.
Did
Toby
you
Keith. So it's got no space. It's Toby Keith.
wait, so
Toby
not even a
Keith.
hyphen.
Nope.
Imagine shouting that in the park.
No, it's like this. So you can sit
Oh,
I'll
it's the
show you
dog's
answers.
name. I was thinking it was the guy's
Sounds
name.
like an old fella.
Oh.
Sounds like a fella
Right.
you're supposed to live next door.
Okay, fine.
Matt, give us an answer.
What are you gone for, Matt? Too old, 42.
42?
That's an old dog.
There's no way.
Go on, what
So
are you
I
going
went
I
Can't
went
take
there
you all that new
19.
tricks
I
either.
didn't go as old as 30.
Well, I saw that
For
there was a dog.
Chihuahua?
Is that in dog years, Matt, or is that in human years? Because apparently dog years are like 1 in 7 or something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
7
Scarlett, you're closest. It's 21.
Woo!
No, there was a dog
There's
that was
no
22
way.
years old.
But
not
the oldest
far off.
living right now.
Living.
Still alive.
There's no living dog that's like 30, like with a job.
To be fair, mine was
Like a
mine's,
monkey.
the one I knew of has deceased.
So,
unfortunately.
3
that's
points,
so sad.
2 point, 1
Oh,
point.
You know
Tip
what?
up.
we
Courtney,
don't
you're in it
need
for
to
the wooden
keep
spoon
talking
award.
about it.
Right, last question. Matt, I did try for you for this one. It's not about planes, but it is about something similar. It's about NASA, which I consider pretty close to kind of space, aircraft.
They fly, don't they?
NASA
I
are going to be
suppose
they're going to
flying
be
up
launching a new launch system, right? They're testing it out, and basically it's going to be able to fling satellites into the sky with like a mechanical motor arm.
What's the need for that?
Apparently, it won't cost any fuel, so that's the goal. They're going to be like flinging them round, kind of like a catapult. But how many kilometres an hour?
I don't want a satellite flinger.
You guys are too busy thinking about this now. How many kilometres an hour will these satellites reach when they're flung into the sky?
Mad
Why
kilometres.
kilometres?
Closest.
Why not miles
I
an
don't
hour?
think you're
Wins.
right mad as the answer.
All right.
Mad kilometres will get you
Mad-
all the points.
I don't. I'm trying to think, you know, for comparison, like how far, what's the speed of like a plane and then a rocket, but I have no idea.
Well, while you guys are writing this down, so basically it works on a giant rotating arm, and the rocket is then released and flung up into space.
What if
without
that
using any
crashes into
fuel.
something though?
It is what it is.
What if there was
No space
birds
for
in
that.
the way?
That's a lot of zeros.
Okay, I'm
right,
going.
Matt, what have you put? 3,600 kilometres per hour.
I've gone way too
What have
high.
you guys gone
I've gone a
with?
million.
1 million kilometres an hour.
I have literally
682,000?
You've gone pretty high.
Something quite random. Because I'm already losing, so what's
So you like throwing in the towel?
The answer was 8,000 kilometres per
Oh,
hour.
for
So
God's
Matt, you're
sake.
definitely closest to that one.
Well,
You've won this week's quiz.
At least I didn't come last, no offence, Courtney.
Matt, I'll give you 10 seconds. How did you find that? Because I can't hear you, but I can
we
see
not
you
draw?
celebrating.
In the word of Joe Lander.
I'm on 2. Are you on
He's
2?
dancing. Is that the Joe Lander dance?
Because I got the dog point.
Right, we need to debate. Did I just get that point? Because I was the closest.
Absolutely no. 8,000. Matt got that point.
8,000?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he
You're
Matt
was
the
breezed
closest
through.
to
I thought you said
680.
800,000.
He's pulled tongues at you and everything.
Well, you know what, Matt? We don't want you back for next week. You've been so rude. No, I'm joking. I really miss you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that quiz. That was
Back on
an
the couch
exciting one,
again
that.
soon.
It's a tough one.
It
They get
was a
harder and
tough
harder.
one.
Next week's, we're going to have audience involved, and it's going to be a big
I'm
true or
excited
false.
for your quiz next week. Because I
gonna be-
feel like...
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
Get revising.
Oh, we're cutting Matt off. So Matt is being cut off.
Matt,
Bye,
a pleasure having you as
See
always.
next week.
Bye, Matt.
There's the
Stay safe, stay well.
Bye.
I feel like you always put a lot of effort into the quiz, but next week I'm hoping to see you step it up.
Well, next week we're going to have audience participation.
Yeah, and if you want to be in the audience, get in touch with us
Get on
because
down, guys.
then we can get you in
You
the
can
studio.
indeed. A ticket's
so you
still
can
available,
be in
right?
There
So,
should be,
like,
there should be tickets. I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure we're still trying to get audience in. So guys, pop us a
Guys.
message. And just before we go, I'll tell you how you can pop us a message because you can stay in touch with Salford Weekly by going on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. See how I snuck that in? That was quite good. By typing in Quays TV. So let us know if you want to come.
Well, we in fact have 10 minutes to fill, Courtney. So,
Grand old 10.
a grand old 10
minutes.
We can do that with these.
Oh, do you have another quiz for us?
I've got another quiz. So if you flip over, actually, guys, while you're here, do you want to see a little bit? It's the
You could
penultimate
definitely
episode.
make-
What I'm going to do is give you a bit of a behind-the-scenes look into my quiz preparation because I'm going to come a bit closer to this. How comes this one actually? Basically, what
is
I've
this
been
just
doing
Lucas's quiz?
is I've been like printing off answers and I've stuck them. You can see these are every single quiz we've ever done. See how thick it is? That is every quiz that's ever been on Salford Weekly.
This is just
Put them on top of
Lucas's.
each other.
Luke.
Yeah,
Lucas
so I've
quiz
just
show inside.
it's stacked up and that's going to be the last one.
Wait, so you stick them on top of each other?
You're
So what
quite
usually happens in the
creative.
day is at about, I don't know, whatever time, I'll just sit back and I'll go in the afternoon, maybe 2 p.m. and be like, right, let's come up with some questions for these guys. I'll find the hardest questions possible and then, yeah, print them off.
The hardest question
Yeah,
possible.
of course, yeah.
Oh, and next week we'll
Not for
do
Matt.
something like math.
Algebra.
Algebra.
Ooh.
Do you know what? I'd probably do better at that than general knowledge.
Yeah, I was quite good at
Yeah.
math at school, you know.
Did you do
Well, it
any
depends
GCSEs,
what
A
sort of
levels?
math.
Any of that?
I did do it at A-level.
I got a
no,
7
not
at
that smart.
GCSE.
Ooh. Oh, you did the numbers. That
I
makes me
don't
feel
know
really
what that
old.
means. I
That
don't know
makes
what
me
that
feel
means.
really old.
Yay.
No.
Numbers for GCSEs.
Yeah,
What's on to
no.
letters?
Let's just do it with
Well, we're
letters.
just talking about GCSEs and A-levels now. They are coming up though. Like,
Oh, my brother's doing
topic-
GCSEs.
My brother's doing his
Right
A-levels.
round the corner.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's coming soon.
They're literally, start like in 3 weeks?
I don't know. I don't
It's been
talk to
like
I don't talk to my
87
siblings
years
enough to
since
care
you've
what
done it.
But hopefully, everyone doing their GCSEs and A-levels will do
If
it.
you're
you're
watching
doing
us
your
and you are doing your GCSEs, if you are revising for A levels, why are you not revising now?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, I actually, my part-time work do study skills, so yeah,
All right.
need any help.
If you need any help, there we go. If you need any help with your GCSE or A-levels, you can contact us and ask Quizmaster Luca, and he will
Top
give you
tips for your
all the
exams.
information.
I'll give you the answers, to be honest.
That's all for today's show, but be sure to join us for next week's season finale commencing at 4 p.m, where we'll be coming to you live with our Salford Eatley special.
Be there or be there. Be there or be there.
That's great.
You know, yeah.
Be there or be there.
Be there or be there.
Just force.
That's all from me.
And me.
Goodbye.
Be there or be there.